Welcome, beautiful goddesses, to Teach, Travel, Talk. I am Megan, and my mission, goal, and vision is to help guide you through the crazy journey of life and of being a human and having this human experience. Because until we realize that we are the creators of our reality, we can either make life very difficult for ourselves, or we can make our world incredible. But it's all about how we perceive our world and the world around us. So this is for you. Yes, you, the one listening, so that I can uplift and empower you to look within yourself and find that inner light, love, guidance, and intuition that will lead you to unbecome who the world told you to be and bring you back to who you were meant to be and who you were supposed to become in this life. So let's dive deep into conversations that will bring you teachable moments to implement throughout your daily life and to help reprogram the way we think. Hello, my beautiful goddesses, queens, and unicorns, and welcome back to Teach, Travel, Talk, or welcome to Teach, Travel, Talk. We are so excited to have you, and I hope that throughout this amazing podcast that you take away some teachable moments. Now, Teach, Travel, Talk is about teaching one another how to travel through this human experience by talking about our stories. Today, I get the amazing pleasure to share with you the unicorn talks that we have. I've called it the Unicorn Chronicles. It is where an amazing, incredible women come together and we just share about our daily lives and see what comes up that day. I have beautiful Yana, who is a core life energy coach and has her own Unicorn Academy. Everything will be listed down below if you want to get in contact with her. She's amazing, incredible life coach. I highly recommend going and checking her out. She has done some incredible stuff. And Bethany, who is an incredible soul and has so much insight to things. And we all are just working on ourselves and our spiritual journey and having 3 different perspectives of the world and coming together and sharing our perspectives. It has been an awesome experience being able to speak with these women and having this space for all 3 of us, and even for more. If you would love to come and join, I know we would all love to have more people come and join us. Today, we got into many different topics that I had to chop them up because we definitely go from different topics. So this topic is going to be our attachment to materialistic things. We also kind of go into attachments on our emotional level as well. But this one is really talking about our attachments and how we view those attachments and some tools on maybe overcoming those attachments to things and letting go of that which no longer serves you and stop holding on to stuff. It's just stuff. So I hope you enjoy this podcast. And if you want to come and join the tribe, we would love for you to come. It's over at facebook.com, Teach, Travel, Talk Tribe. The show notes will have all the information for you below. And I can't wait for you to listen to this incredible podcast. So I hope you write some notes and take some teachable moments from today. So let's get started.
So today, the topic that we have is our attachment to stuff. And I mean, this is a big topic because we are living in this world society that has a lot of attachment to things. And it reminds me of this teacher, Jeffrey, I can't remember his last name, where he teaches about materialistic mind and spiritual mind. And most people are living with materialistic mind. We do have both, but usually one is bigger than the other. So as we were gearing up for this conversation and just having chat, trying to figure out what we're going to talk about, Megan was sharing a little story about her experience. Do you want to repeat it again?
Which one?
You just finished talking about, get rid of one thing and then.
Yes. So I was speaking about my family and how their need of wanting to keep every possession that they have, thinking that they may need it in the future, but it's not getting used at the moment. So we had an instance happen here in our house where we got rid of something, and a month later it came about that we needed that specific thing, and people in my family were like, oh my goodness, I shouldn't have gotten rid of this. Why did I get rid of this? And thankfully, out of nowhere, someone actually gave us that particular item that we needed. So sometimes it's really good to let go of things in order to gain stuff back as well. Because when we hoard on to stuff, we're never going to receive anything because we have such an attachment to things, and we constantly want to possess these things, and that's where kind of, like Bethany said, the ego comes out, right? It is mine. No, these things are here to come into your life to have a purpose. Every item has a purpose. A book has a purpose. A lamp has a purpose. And it's there to help you. And sometimes you have to re-gift that purpose to somebody else and give that gift to others.
Yeah. And when we also hold on to things, not wanting to let go of them, it creates, it blocks the abundance. It creates a feeling of lack, because we think that if we get rid of this thing, we'll never get it back again, which is scarcity mindset. And as you were describing, getting rid of things, and a lot of us, we have attachment to things, right? I was picturing, like, think of it this way. Our mind is only able to focus on so many things on any given day, right? And when we have a lot of possessions, just visualize this for a second. For every single thing you have, let's say you have 5 pens, you have pictures, you have mugs, you have pencils, you have phones, you have cards, you have books, you have a lot of things in the house, blankets, every single thing that you possess, every single thing that you have. Now just visualize each and everything that you have attached by a string to your mind. You have strings. You are not consciously aware of your connection to each and every item you have, but you have these strings that are attached to every single item that you have in your house. Even those items that you have put in a box nicely away for, best example, I know I had that I got rid of it, but the clothes that I will fit into later or one day. Okay, I'm sure most of us, women and men as well, can relate to that. The clothes that I will wear, or I have a bunch of earrings. One day I might go to a fancy party and I'll wear these earrings or these ones. And I kid you not, I have over 50 pairs of earrings. And I wear 2, maybe 3 of them, right? So for me, the string thing that it really just came up for me as I was listening to you. I felt these strings being pulled towards this corner where I have my rings and my earrings. I'm like, this shit has to go. Like, keep a minimalist kind of a lifestyle, living in a way where you only have the necessities. Now, who on earth, I mean, I know I would imagine who, but I'll just finish my question. Who on earth would wear a 50 or 100 different earrings in a year, even, right? Some of them I have never actually worn. Actually, some of them, most of them, I have never actually worn, which means, that I don't know if you ladies have heard this phrase, if you haven't touched it or thought of it in the last 6 months, then discard it.
Yeah.
Right? I did that approach with kitchen utensils where we went through the kitchen utensils and there's some stuff, I'm like, oh, I didn't even know we had this. So I put a bunch of stuff in the bag. And I said to my husband, I'm putting this away in the garage by the time, because I was collecting things to donate, right? So I'm going to put this away. And if anything that we need to use from this bag, we go in there and use it, then we get to keep it. Out of 20 things that I put in there, one got brought back. And I can't even tell you what else was in the bag because I can't remember. It was 3 months ago and I can't remember what was in that bag. But all I do remember is at the moment that I even put it in the bag and put it away, knowing that it was already pretty much gone because it was in the garage with all the other bags ready for donation. And I already felt lighter. I already felt better. My kitchen drawers are not as cluttered anymore. And I don't like clutter because I already have a difficult time focusing. Exactly, right? It makes me feel crazy and like spinny. And this is where this whole string thing came to mind, where we can only focus on so many things on any given day. And when subconsciously I am still remembering and doing the check of I have this, I have that, I have this, because every single thing requires our energy. And that's why the string is there, because our energy is attached to each and every item. And we're sending energy to it without knowing what we're actually sending energy to. Now, attach people to our life and our goals and our dreams and our plans. Attach all of that. How many strings do you ladies think you have attached to you right now?
Too many.
If you could give it a number, what would that number be?
180.
That's a small number. Good job.
Thank you.
For me, I don't know. I guess I don't feel like there's some of those things like you were saying, like dreams and stuff. I don't find that as like something that you would like have a string attached, I guess, in my mindset. Because I find that kind of like makes me feel a little like ugh about it. But like I agree with your like the strings for materialistic things, but like for like all like the dreams, your goals, like for me, I just feel like that's not a place for a string to be attached, because it's like it's in your mind, and that's like who you are. I don't know if that makes sense.
The things as well that we have are in a way kind of like what we are.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I guess because we're talking about materialistic things and like having things attached to us. And yes, like you have those dreams and goals and all that attached to you, but that's like the good attachments, I guess, what I'm getting at. Like, it's like not good, but it's the uplifting strings, those strings that keep you going in life and that keep you motivated and positive and inspired. And so I would never want to cut those strings ever.
Yeah. I wasn't talking about cutting the strings at all.
Right.
Aware of them. And also even those goals and dreams, quite often they are attached to a materialistic possession as well.
I agree with you, because when we have that attachment, it's like, oh, I need this amount of money to get to my goals. Oh, I need this to get to my dreams. And it's saying, no, I don't have that. Because I understand where you're coming from, Bethany, like having that string. But we have to have some type of anchor to our dreams, right?
Right.
If we don't have that, I mean, of course, we have good strings and we have bad strings.
Right.
But sometimes those strings are kind of like interconnected with each other. So sometimes it's like we have to separate them. So it's like, oh, my goals and this money is mixed together? No. Okay, let me unwind them and put them on their own path.
Yeah. And I also wanted to mention the reason why I mentioned the goals and dreams and the string attached to it. And also the one thing I guess those are attached to is integrity.
Right.
I don't know. I think I might have mentioned it to Bethany like a few years back when we started talking of something that I've learned about why we as human beings have a difficult time pushing through our limits, and it's because we have not been keeping integrity with ourselves. So when we say, oh, I want to do this, oh, I want to do that, oh, I want to do that, and this is just a thought, just an idea that we never actually follow through on, but that thought actually creates an attachment, which is in the way a goal or a dream or a task that we want to do without us actually doing anything, because we're saying to the universe, I want to do this. And it was just an idea. It just popped into your mind like this. Or when you promise to someone, I'll message you like once in a while type of a thing, right? And then you never actually do it. What happens is that this thing that you promised to do was never actually completed. So I remember going through this exercise where writing every single thing down, every single promise that was made, goal, dream, or promise or whatnot. And I stopped when I got to like 150 because I was like, oh my God, this is a lot. Because in order for us to really heal and move forward and release everything, we need to be aware of it first. And this is where the strings started coming in that like Bethany was saying, that you don't want to cut those strings. And it's not about cutting the strings. It's about being aware of our attachment. Like Megan was saying, that attachment to a specific thing that might be attached to something else and intertwine, and realizing that they don't need to be. And it comes back to one of the things that you both love the most and me. It's clarity.
Yeah.
It's really becoming clear of, I do have these attachments, but that doesn't mean that they're bad. I have 100 earrings, 50, 100, I don't even know how many I have. I already got rid of a bunch. I don't necessarily look at them as a bad attachment.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah, but most of the time, no. Like, I like them. They make me feel good. And this is what most people are, in a way, struggling with. I like them, they make me feel good, but I don't have a use for them. Mm-hmm. They're literally collecting dust.
Yeah. But again, I feel like that materialistic thing comes in, right? So we need stuff to make us feel happy or to make us feel joy, which things should not come with that type of feeling. Like, of course, yes, like I can wear a dress and be like, oh, I had a really great time in this dress and everything, but it wasn't that dress that did it. It was maybe how I felt in that moment, the experience that I was, going through. And I feel like even for my travels, if I were to bring every single thing that I owned, I wouldn't be traveling anywhere.
Kind of going back to what I was saying, because what my mindset when I was saying all that stuff, I was thinking about how we were talking about decluttering and like the materialistic things, and so when we were talking about the strings, like I keep a list of all the stuff that it's like I have to have, I guess. And my list is very small because I have gone through a lot of growth, and I worked through a lot of like the ego, like materialistic type of hold on things. And I love decluttering. Like I will declutter like once a month. I'll go through stuff and be like, do I need this? No. Like what you did, because I notice it makes you lighter and brighter. But then that's where I guess I was kind of meaning, like, there's some things like I would never detach ever, because it's stuff that's like spiritually, I guess, more that I would keep. And then like those other strings, like the ego, materialistic, like I could do without, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I think, yeah, anyways, that's kind of like, I don't know if I'm making sense. My brain's
No,
kind of jumbled.
I totally get that.
Today.
But I totally can understand though that
Yeah.
even sometimes those strings need to be cut, because like even on a spiritual level or a dream level, sometimes our dreams change. Sometimes like the universe is like, actually, that's not what you're here for right now. Or sometimes someone says something, a different belief or something. I'm like, oh, actually that resonates with me. That actually and so like I think it's just all about constantly changing and being adapting to our surroundings and being okay with that. Because I think change is the biggest problem we have, and like letting go of everything. Not only letting go of our emotions, but letting go of materialistic possessions that we have.
Because we do have an attachment to it. Like Bethany, I know you pretty much once a month go through things and get rid of things, and you let me know I got rid of so many things, and I feel lighter and brighter, and I feel great. And then this is where what happens, I don't know if you've noticed, is like with the story that Megan was sharing in the beginning, somebody got rid of something and then they got the wanted it back, and then they got it back. So when we all get rid of things, and Bethany, I know you've gotten rid of things, which opened up a door for other things to come into your life. With clothes especially, some of us do have an attachment to like specific piece of clothing. For me, it was a light blue pair of jeans that I wore when I met my husband. And he loved them because my butt looked great in them. It had no pockets, right? So I had those jeans, and I still have those jeans. But the thing is, now I don't need to try to fit in them anymore because I have given them to my daughter. And that is a different way of how I found a loophole in letting go of things without throwing them out or without giving them away, giving them to her. And if she wants to wear it, if she likes it, she can wear it. And I can enjoy watching a little me. And she's 11 years old. And when I wore them, I was 19 years old, those jeans. So I was the size of my daughter at 19. And thinking about like, I don't want to go back to that size. Yeah. I'm a mother of 2 children. Well, technically 4 if we count losing the twins, which is 3 pregnancies. I've gone through 3 pregnancies. I've gone through depression, anxiety, panic attacks, a lot of grief, a lot of loss, gone through a lot of crap. And that changes your body from inside out. It's science. It's not just me making it up. It's scientifically our body changes when we are going through something or facing something. So another example is sometimes we might have, I'll do a little. I guess I'll do a little story. So with one of my clients, I had a conversation this week, and she shared something with me where she has been going to this professional who his skill is basically this. He looks at your muscles and your body and tells you which ones are not working. Okay, but that's not the best part. The best part is that then he does certain types of tests in the office. This all takes an hour and tells you why they're not working. So one example was when she was sleeping, she got startled with something that caused one of her muscles to shut off. Mm-hmm. So, like thinking about that for a little bit, when we experience anything in life, and it might not be something so severe, it might be you're driving by and a car drove by and just honked really loudly, one of your muscles shuts off, right? And the same thing can happen when we clothes, right? When we have clothes and when we look at clothes, we might not remember the experiences that we've gone through wearing this outfit. but we have certain feeling with it, right? And we can question ourselves and see where that attachment is and go deep. And, this one particular item that is bringing a lot of things up for you, you can sit and meditate with it, right? It will tell you many, many, many stories if you just want to listen.
Yeah.
So I want to go see that doctor.
That'd be awesome.
It'd be interesting to know like different things, like when, let's say you get scared, what muscles like shut off? I don't know. Like what muscles should you work on, like getting back on track?
It's true, but I wonder if it's like it has to do with like your experiences, right? So again, like she said, let's say like a car honked, or for me, like if I see someone kind of like go like this, so my car accident comes in my mind, and then I feel like, that's when my shoulder starts hurting and stuff. So I think like if we have that experience with something, that's what kind of triggers in us, like our last experience with it,
that the trauma you had, so then it like kind of reopens that trauma, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, that's where it hurt before. Yeah, that's interesting.
And we can also end up holding on to things because of trauma.
Oh, totally. Yeah. And I did want to like clarify on the whole like letting go of stuff, because I feel that people might think that, okay, if I get rid of a materialistic thing, materialistic things will come to me. And that's not how it works. A lot of things can be experiences. It can, come in many different forms that we don't even realize that are coming to us by letting go of things.
Yeah.
But when we have this mentality of just we want possessions, we want everything, that's not really the concept.
Yeah, I can relate with that, because I had like I was saying, I had to do a lot of work because I had like a very deep like attachment to materialistic things. And Yana, I mean, we worked together with a lot of them, and it was just always so like, oh my God, like just like that weight was lifted off my shoulders when I was able to let it go and release it.
Yeah.
And I think the best part was getting the stuff, like the spiritual stuff, getting like blessed with those spiritual things instead of the materialistic things.
Yeah. And also to add to all of that is, when I say let go and get rid of things, I don't mean you take this pen and you say, oh, that's it, I'm done, I don't need it anymore, right? I don't mean like throw it out and not even say thank you for being part of my life. I mean, appreciate and let this item know, because it still holds on to energy. Energy and people in your life. So it's important to be grateful to this specific item, even if it's a shirt with a price tag in your closet. Say thank you. You made me so happy for the time that I tried you on, paid for you, tried you on again, showed you off to my partner or to whoever, and then hung you in my closet. That's all I needed from you. That was your journey. That was your part of my life. That's it. Thank you. And then put it away nicely.
Yeah, that's something you taught me that I do now. I'll throw away the trash, like, and I'm like, well, thank you for, being there, like, and all the things in it, thanks for taking care of me when I need it, but, and it's time to let you go. And I found that to be the most like powerful thing about it, is showing the gratitude to it.
Yeah, it is. It is that attachment. It's that string that when you sever it, or when you don't even sever it, when you just throw it out, that attachment might still be there a little bit. That's why it's important to, be gentle. Like it's a living, I know some people, oh my God, she's crazy. I know.
Tell me about it.
Right now, oh my God, Yana, don't say this. People will think you're weird. I am weird, so I'm here owning it. Say thank you, like it's a living thing. It's served a purpose in your life.
I will say, because I was actually going to bring that up, that everything has an essence to it, right? Like it is a living thing. It may be solid, but it came here, it was made, right? It's material, it's elements, it's all of this. So I will say something spiritual that I've definitely done is they know what they want. So asking it how also it would like to be disposed of, right? Some of, let's say I just went through a breakup. So some of the jewelry that I had received from this person, I asked it, I'm like, what should I do with you? Like, you know, and I slept on it. And it told me to bury it. So I put it back into the earth. I buried it because I just feel that no one else, the attachment that it has and everything, I don't feel first that anyone else would be of use of it. And that too, like I really wanted to give it back to the earth. Sometimes you need to burn it away, burn it, man. And sometimes it's regifting it to someone. I had a pocket mirror that my ex gave me as well. It was unicorn, of course. And it was something I'd been thinking. So there were 3 items. I'm like, I don't know what to do with them. The mirror appeared out of nowhere on my desk. I don't know how it got there. And I was like, okay, all right, I need to do something with you. And out of the 3 items, it told me to get rid of that mirror. But it was awesome because what I did was exactly what you guys said. I looked into that mirror and talked to myself and was just like, I'm grateful for you being here. Like, thank you. But now I'm closing this chapter. I'm putting this Megan into this mirror and I'm going to close her off. She gave me a lot and I've loved being her, but this is a new start, a new journey for me. And I'm going to lock her into this, you know, little parallel universe. And then I gave it to my best friend's daughter, and she loved it. She's like, this is my phone. And I'm like, I'm in there, girl. You can talk to me whenever you want. I'm in there. You can open me up and be like, hey, Megan.
That's beautiful.
That's yeah. Another thing that popped into my mind, because you were talking about that objects, there's an essence, right? Yours and people around you. And also the people that were part of making it.
Mm-hmm.
This is what so many of us don't even think about at all. And it's, to me, it's something that I like to do once in a while where just, well, not so much in the house anymore because I already kind of gone through pretty much the whole house. But when I'm out there, like seeing the doors that I walk in through into any kind of building, the shelves and the stores and stuff like that, and you know, the clothes that's hanging that I might like but decide not to buy. Who made it? Just like picture a story, or tell yourself a story of who actually made that clothes. That it might have been, you can look at the tag of where it was made. Let's say it was made in Philippines. So for me, I like to make a story, especially if it's a clothes that I have. It's nice. It's like it adds essence to it, like you said. It's almost like it becomes more than just clothes.
Yeah.
Right? But like, who is this person that made it? Where are they living? How are they living? What is their living situation? What people in their life? Who are they working for? Why are they doing it? Right? What are their dreams? What are their goals? I know it's a little extreme, and I obviously don't do it with everything, but once in a while, it's nice to almost like dream, and at the same time, what if it's my intuition that's telling me the truth behind this particular item?
Mm-hmm.
And then when letting go of things, and especially if I do have a story attached to it as well, and let's say I didn't even wear that outfit or that shirt or that skirt. I don't do dresses or skirts very often, not my thing. But it does make me feel fancy when I do put a skirt on. So it's a really rare occasion. But anyways, letting go of it, being thankful to everything that it brought into you, even and especially that story.
Mm-hmm. I have a question for you guys. Because I want to know if you guys have ever had this, because I have. So let's say like you buy something, either it's a clothes or something, and you bring it into your house. Has it ever told you that it was not for you and you had to like instantly get it out of your house?
Yes. Yeah. yeah, like it energetically like speaks to you and you're like, I don't know about this. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Those are the things that end up still
It's
having price tags on.
Right? And so the universe is speaking to you to let it go, which is crazy, but we have to be in tuned with that because there are a lot of things. And maybe again, it's like, oh, it was supposed to be a gift. You weren't supposed to hold on to it, but I can re-gift it to somebody else. And a lot of times when that happens, I'm like, oh yeah, actually that should go to somebody else. Even right now, this happened yesterday. My dad is helping me pay, like my car had an issue, and I like got the money yesterday and I was like, this money is not meant for me. So like I gave it to them because I'm just like, yeah, something in me is telling me like this money, like thanks for helping me, but like I need to re-gift it to like someone else. Like I can't hold on to that. It's not mine to have.
I also met a lady who she had very vivid dreams. She was really just in the beginning of her awakening stages. And she would have, there was one dream where she was given numbers. And when she woke up, she knew these numbers were not meant to be for her. And she knew who they were meant to be for. Which was her friend. She gave those numbers to her friend. And her friend won a lottery of $2,000, exactly what she really, really, really needed.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
So, I mean, when we sense that these things are not for us, sometimes we have dreams about them. Right. And I know I've had dreams where I knew this dream wasn't for me, it was meant to be for somebody else, and I would share it with them. Right. Especially with my partner. And then of course I would help him to work through what did that mean for him. Because what it meant for me would be different than what it meant for him. But quite often actually it was very similar. So dreams are another possessions that we can hold on to. Like actual dreams that we dream about can be, I know, and I speak for myself, I don't know about you ladies, but for me, there are certain dreams that I feel that string attached to it. And this is not something that I would want to let go or sever the string, because and this has happened before, when something happens in my life, I instantly remember that dream that was kind of like a heads up, this is coming. Right? So that is when those strings that are attached to actual dreams detach themselves without me having to do it. So when it comes to these strings that I keep talking about, strings, there's a lot of them that we have.
Yeah, I couldn't put a number to mine. That's why I didn't necessarily answer
that's
that.
Why when she said 108, I'm like, that's a very small number, because mine would be in like, I want to say 5,000.
Yeah, I don't even know how many, but there's a lot, but I resonate with those strings.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I've chopped a lot. But again, I feel like because of my traveling, I have let a lot of strings go, especially materialist wise. You know, when I was traveling, I literally had a suitcase and a backpack, and that were my possessions. And here in the US, all I had was maybe 2 totes, and one of the totes is more like photo albums, maybe some baby stuff that I really don't want to get rid of. And then the other ones were like blankets and winter clothes, just in case I came back here during wintertime, which thank you, past Megan, for thinking about that, because that has helped me a million times. When I come back here during winter and I'm like, all I have is summer crap, what am I supposed to do? And then I open this tote and I'm like, good planning, Megan, good planning. So, but it's nice. Like, I've loved being able to literally have everything I possess in my possession and be like, hey, this is it. This is all that I own. And I'm happy with that. I'm happy with these items that I have here. So literally my whole entire life is, I can probably fit it into 4 totes. That's it.
See, for me, that's what I would love to have. Lately, and when I say lately, it's been a year and a half at least, maybe a little bit more. I've been kind of like dreaming and wanting to try living on the road with, you know, the kids, my husband, the pets. But I've brought it up to my partner, and no, not happening, right? Because he has a job. What are we going to do for the job? I'm like, dude, you wouldn't have to work if we sold this house, got one of those RVs, and
Let's
invest.
get a bus.
Well, that's what I was saying, a school bus that is actually a lot cheaper on gas than an RV. And you can make a beautiful school bus on the inside. I've seen that. And he's very handy. So I would love that. But then what about winter here in Canada?
You just have to insulate it.
And that's when you drive down to the US and go to hot places.
Well, if the passports happen, I don't think we'll even.
But I'm sure you could like insulate it and everything, you know? And like a lot of people have put actual like stoves, like wood stoves in there to heat up, and you're not even going to have to use that much to heat up a little tiny, okay, not really tiny, but like obvious, you know, compared to a house.
I've watched a lot of videos because that's something me and Brian want to do eventually. Like, because traveling with tattoo show, like the tattoo expos, and that's what kind of got me down to like cut those strings on some of those materialistic things. Because I would travel and I'd be like, well, this is really all that I desire to have with me is what's with me right now. So I can let go of all like a bunch of stuff and have no, you know, it'd be like, oh, well, that sucks, but whatever. Like I can get it again. Like it's just an item. But traveling, and when you brought up traveling, Megan, I was like, yes, that's what taught me. Like, okay, this is the stuff that like I can't live without. These are my needs.
Wow, was that not amazing? I know I took away a lot of teachable moments within this podcast, talking about our attachment to materialistic things and having these strings that attach us. So I want to give you a challenge for this week. Take the time and try to write down all the strings that you have an attachment to. And trust me, it will start growing and growing. And take the time to see what strings no longer serve you anymore and which ones you can get rid of today. Because we all need a little spring cleaning, especially right now. The weather is getting nice and it's time to let go, blossom, become something different. Just like with the seasons of change, we must change too. So go and do some spring cleaning. Go and clean out a cupboard, one cupboard a day, and get rid of stuff that hasn't been used in years and months, or probably will never get used. Get rid of all the stuff that still have price tags on them. And take control of your life and don't let stuff control you. I hope you had an incredible time listening to this, and I can't wait to post even more incredible episodes. The Unicorn Chronicles are such an amazing way to have different perspectives and being able to listen to one another and share our different beliefs and understanding and having a great discussion and learning how to communicate effectively with one another who always don't see eye to eye, and that is okay. So I hope you have an amazing, magical rest of your April and have magical moments throughout your day, month, and year. Until next time, my beautiful goddesses, unicorns, and queens, I will see you next Tuesday. Namaste.